Good morning. Hey. Good to see you all. Good morning. It's Monday morning. It's our ninth session of Civilized Presence. I am so excited. I'm grateful. Good morning. Good morning, Zara. Morning, Bonsi. Morning, Morel. I'm just waiting for our guests to get online. Good morning, Joanne. Guys, just comment below and let me know where you're calling from. It's so good to see you. It's a happy day. It's going to be a great week. Morning. Good morning, Joanne. Hello, Tony.
Hi,
It's
Louisa.
so good to see you.
It's good to see you too.
Morning. It's a happy day. Did
Yes.
you know it's session number 9 already?
All right. Look at you.
Mm-hmm. Good morning, Mary. Let me know where you're calling from, ladies. I am so excited to have you here this morning. We are right on time. When you have Tony in the house, you better be on time. Mm-hmm. Hello, Bunsy. Hey, this song just says I'm grateful. It's an African music from Nigeria. It just says I'm grateful. I am happy for today. I'm grateful for a wonderful Monday morning. I'm grateful to have all of you on the line. Okay, I'm not going to take so much of your time. Thank you guys for being here this morning. It is such a privilege to be here and start my week with all of you. Thank you. Thank you, Morel. Thank you. Wow. I love the hats. Morning, morning, morning. And you are welcome to the Civilized Presence. This is the ninth session number 9. It just seems like yesterday. I am so grateful to God for making it this far. Okay, guys. And I couldn't have done it without you. You were in the right place at the right time, listening to the right message. So for those of you who have never been online before, I just want to say again that this is Civilized Presence. We are here Mondays and Fridays, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. You can follow us on Facebook at So Unique Experts. And we are also on Instagram at So Unique Experts. And if you want to learn more about what we do, it's www.thecivilityacademy.com. Great. I am seeing all the ladies and all the likes and hearts. I love you guys. You are amazing. Thank you so much. Esther, look at you from Nigeria. Good morning. It's so good to have you here. Now, I just want to let you guys know that I love you all. Thank you for making out time to be here with me. It is a lot. Hello, Rosemary from Virginia. Thank you for being here on the call. Thank you. This means so much to me. So, guys, it is the ninth session. Yes, I am so excited. You have no idea. And for those of you who are just joining us for the very first time, or you've never met me before, my name is Louisa Akaiso, and I am a certified master civility trainer and a leadership expert. You want to know what I do? I work confidently with professionals and leaders who place great importance in themselves and their reputation. And I know that is you. So you have a chance to work with me. So thank you for being here live. And for those of you that cannot be here on the live session, not to worry. You will have access to the replay. The only thing that I need from you is get in the comment box anytime that you get here and just put the hashtag replay so that I can get back to you. And if you do have questions, I love questions because that's going to help us serve you better. Please comment in the comment box below and we will do our best to handle those questions. We have the expert in the house, guys. So we have just bring the questions on. She's ready to deal with it. Now, you are here because you have an interest in this topic. And I do know that you might have people in your network who can benefit from this. So do us a favor. Can you please like this video? Show us some love. I can see all the hearts. You know, Facebook loves the hearts. They can share the videos to other people who are interested. And please share it on your group, on your page. I really do appreciate you guys. And comment below. Let me know where you are calling from. Please, guys, take a minute to do that, then share it on your page. So, this is Civilized Presence. Hello, Cheryl Joseph. How are you? Welcome. It's so good to have you. Now, the main goal of this Facebook series is really to help restore civility through meaningful and constructive conversation. I won't be doing this alone. I'm going to be working with other colleagues of mine. If you've been following me for a couple of weeks now, we have had the best colleagues, the best experts from different parts of the world get here to show valuable content. So you don't want to miss it. Mondays and Fridays, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. This is the place to be. Just before I forget, guys, we are getting to the end of May. The month of May is the Global Civility Awareness Month. And we had a 31 days challenge. It's not too late to join. It's so easy. Do you actually say good morning to someone that you saw this morning or even smile? I need to share someone with you. I was trying to park my car at the car park this morning. And I had to say good morning like 55 times to the guy next to me. He thought I was crazy. He just couldn't even respond. That is the world that we live in. Now, we want to make the change, but I cannot do it alone. I need you to work with me. It should just be easy for us to be able to add value to the next person and sprinkle kindness. You don't need any kind of accolades or celebration to share love. And I know we're going to talk about that later. So before we continue, I'm going to introduce you to this beautiful lady on my screen. Her name is Toni Dupree. Toni, hello, Toni. Welcome to our
Hi,
session.
Lisa. Thank you for having me.
Great. Thank you so much. So, Toni is a civility expert and the founder and president of Etiquette and Style by Dupree, ESD. And this organization has a mission to help young people and business professionals get ahead with their good manners. She is also the author of two great books, Straight Up from the Teacup and Whose Fork Is It Anyways? Guys, I know you're asking me, like, Louisa, you need to back off. We don't want to talk to Toni. That's okay. Just give me one more minute. So, because I have to introduce the topic of the day. And the topic is confidence building and first impressions, this time with kids. But I know that this is a topic that affects everyone, directly or indirectly. You will be able to gain some good content today to share with other people. So let us share with you what civility really is. In one simple sentence, it's about people's treatment. How do you treat the next person? It
That's
is
right.
our responsibility to continuously ease the experience of the person next to you. Pay attention to others. Apologize if you have to. Dr. Baker, yay! It's so good to see you this morning. How are you? Thank you for joining us. Now, we learned last week that confidence and first impression can actually help to increase your believability rate. Guys, it's very important. You cannot do anything, when I say anything useful, without confidence and a great first impression. When you are making a first impression, it takes less than 7 seconds. So you have to make sure that that first impression is meaningful, lasting, and powerful. You might
Right.
not get a chance to change it, guys. So our expert for today will be talking to us about how we can build confidence. And if you're like me, maybe you're still struggling, that's okay. She's in the house, you're okay. And how you can make a powerful first impression. But this is going to be with our young people. And this is a very important topic. So let's talk about confidence. All of you had watched the royal wedding over the weekend. You notice how graceful Meghan and her mom, Doria Ragland, were. Wow. I kind of thought maybe they got trained by Toni. They were wonderful. And we've had people make a lot of experiences or comments about their experiences during the day. I remember the bishop. Yes, the bishop. Everyone is talking about the bishop. This 13-minute message that is making so much rave on the internet. Like, really, guys, 13 minutes of a message of love and you're troubled? My question to you today would be, what are you doing to add value to the person next to you?
Right.
We want to live a better life. We want to be in a world that is better. But what are you doing to contribute to this? If
Right.
you are still fighting because one person is telling you about love, we have a long way to go. But it's not too late. It's great that you are here on Civilized Presence. You can learn a lot today. Now, let's get back to Meghan Markle. Such confidence and grace. I mean, how many of us could have sat like her mom with our head up high? Hmm, that could be tough. That can be tough. Sitting in the midst of all the royals with no family and friends. She didn't
Mhm.
even get a chance. I mean, she didn't get a chance to speak, but you know what? The impression that she left, everyone is talking about it. That's the power of a good first impression. So make sure, and right now, that I'm borrowing from the words of Dr. Clyde Rivers, that anytime you're embarking on doing something, listen, don't struggle with it. I mean, push the naysayers out of your way. You see that little voice that says you're not good enough, you cannot do it? You need to fight them, okay? Tear them down. Show up like you know what you're doing.
Right.
Dr. Clyde Rivers says, don't get troubled, put it in a place called dawn. That's it. So trust yourself that you got this. And we're going to show you how to do that. There's simple, tiny steps that you can take, and you would just come up showing up as being confident. So, Toni,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
am so happy to have you here. And how this is going to go is really by asking questions and getting some answers from you. And of course, people in the audience will give you their questions too. So
Okay.
the first one is, a lot of our young people struggle with confidence, self-esteem, and making a positive first impression.
Right.
Now, guys, this is not for children alone, adults as well. And of course, we learned that first impression requires less than 7 seconds. And so you have to make sure that this is positive, right? So my question is, how important do you think it is to make a good first impression when you meet someone new? And how can you teach this to a little child?
First, it's really, really important. And the reason why it's important is because however you start a situation allows another person, the other person you're dealing with, to know how to proceed with you in conversation or their behavior, because sometimes you don't know if someone is having a bad day. So whatever
Mm-hmm.
you give off, it lets them know how far to go and if they should pull back a little bit. It's kind of like your nonverbal feedback to them, or
Mm-hmm.
their nonverbal words to them, if you will. Um, the other thing that you can do to forge a great first impression is
Mm-hmm.
simply just taking your time. Think about when you meet somebody, the first thing you say is hello, how are you? And you want to make it sound like you really want to know how somebody is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes people just go through the motions. Well, let me just ask them how they're doing. No, people can really feel if it's sincere. So you really want to be sincere with whatever you meet another person with. If it's just hello, if it is how's your day, really, really want to know how another person's day is. And that's for children or adults. Don't go into a lot of extra conversation if you don't care about it.
Wow, great. Thank you so much. Guys, first impression, it's very important. And you can show up being or passing on a great impression with your ABC. So your appearance, how you look. I hope I'm giving you a good impression this morning. B is behavior, etiquette, civility, and C is communication. Like she said, what you are saying to the next person. How are you showing up today, Monday, May the 21st? You still have a chance to change it. So the next question is, a lot of children throw tantrums, Toni, or they have a meltdown
Mm-hmm.
when they are experiencing a conflict and a feeling of anger, insecure, and lack of confidence. They sometimes do this to have their way. And if this is not handled properly, it could affect the self esteem of the child as they grow older. So it is important for parents to understand that tantrums and meltdowns are really not a disorder. We have to work and deal with it. So please
Right.
share with the audience how to handle conflicts with confidence in children.
So is this for the parent to handle it or for the child to
For the
handle it?
children. For the children.
Okay, so for children, it does bring in the parent or the teacher or guardian
Right.
because, first of all, they have to be taught to own what's theirs and not give it to somebody else. That's one. Because a lot of times, even as children, you can project onto another person. When you walk in a place and you're angry, that's your anger. That's not due to anybody else. You walked into the place like that. So
Mm-hmm.
it's up to a parent or guardian to tell that child to, okay, take a breath, you know, calm down a bit, and let's talk about what you're upset about before
Mm.
all that acting out. Well, if the acting out already occurs, you still have to get the child together by pulling them to the side, asking them a couple of questions. What happened? You know, who was involved in it? You talk to the child, but you also make them accountable by talking to the other person that they engaged in this whole tantrum or misbehaving situation.
Mm.
So you have to have accountability. You have to own it. And you have to make resolution, which is apologizing and going on. But you don't want to keep reminding the child, remember yesterday when you misbehaved, this is why you're having to do this today because you didn't do what you did yesterday. What happened? Let's go forward and then manage the child more closely so that won't happen again.
Great.
Hopefully, that
That's good
explains
advice
that
because
whole process when a parent is dealing with the child or a guardian is dealing with the child.
thank you so much for sharing that, because being from African descent, we are so used to having to drag the child on the ear. You did this yesterday and you did this the day before. I don't want to see it again.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's great that you're talking about this right now. And I
yeah.
know that there are parents that are on the line. Hello, Dr. Carol. Thank you for joining us from Abuja. It's so good to see you. I know that a lot of parents will benefit from this conversation. Thank you so much. So, Toni, another question for you.
Mhm.
What does confidence mean to you? And what behaviors can you encourage in children to help them portray confidence?
So, for one thing, um, confidence means a lot of different things to me. Um, it means that um, I have respect for what I do, the people I do it with.
Mm,
I show that. It,
mm-hmm,
it means how I show up for another person
mm-hmm,
and how I allow them to show up for me.
mm-hmm,
Those are a few things. My behavior would that would support my confidence is how I actually proceed in the business that I do, in the relationships that I build, how I value those relationships, how I value myself when I'm dealing with those people or circumstances.
mm-hmm,
Um, Also, you know, the engagement, the connection.
mm-hmm,
You know, confidence is so many different things. You know, it's also about, you know, when everything fails, can you still continue to do it? That's confidence when you can continue to
mm-hmm,
keep on keeping on. Only
mm-hmm.
a confident person can stand in the heat and the fire and just keep going. and know that this is not the end. This is just a part of the process. That's
Mm,
confidence.
mm,
So you want to stand tall. You want to you want you want to have a presence that is of success. And I'm doing this anyway, you
mm,
know. And I'm if it's not working right now, that's okay. It might not
mm.
work, but it will. You know, and that's confidence. That whole mindset is all about how you think, which is attached to how you behave and how you treat other people.
Mm. Great. Okay, I'm just going to take a minute to talk to some of our audience. Hello, Jiva from Malaysia, and hello, Brian. Can you let us know where you're calling from? Thank you so much for joining us. If this is your first time, this is the Civilized Presence, and we are so excited that you're here. We're talking about confidence building and first impression, and of course, the positive first impression, not the negative one. I am going to say that for me, confidence is when your appearance, behavior, communication is in alignment with what your true purpose is. You cannot disconnect from the message that you're having. So you cannot have this great message and look like, I don't want to say anything negative on the show. So it has to be in alignment with what you're doing. You have to know, I mean, confidence is more about knowing that you can do anything and everything that you want to do. Now, I have the next question for you. And guys, if you do have any question, please pop it into the comment box, please. We need to have questions, questions, questions. The expert is here. Next couple of minutes, she'll be gone. So this is the best time to ask your questions. So the next question is, please share with the audience, when was a time in your life, and I have mine, that you were not confident? And what caused that to happen? And I'm sure that it would have been a process of going from not being confident to being confident. So, who is that person that could have contributed to your being confident? And what did that person do or say to help build your self esteem or feeling of self worth?
So I'm sorry, I was responding. Sorry, Louisa.
Okay,
Okay.
that's fine.
Say it one more time. I'm so sorry.
No problem.
Okay. Ask me one more time.
Okay, so share with the audience, when was a time in your life that you were not confident? And I have one too. What caused that to happen? And who helped you in the process from going from not being confident to being confident? And what did that person have to do or say to help you build your self esteem back?
Okay. So I have a couple of things to share. How many examples can I give first? Can I
We'll
at least
start with
two?
one.
Okay. Okay. So the first the first one that comes to mind is the book. I was
Great.
very I was very uncomfortable about writing the book, and it probably because the book is such a deep, it has such a deep content because it's about my life and experiences, and then
Mm,
you add a real world view that which you have to expand that content, and trying to figure out how far to go with that was really difficult for me to do. So I had a few months of a block.
mm,
Actually, my editor helped because she has these pushes that she would give me, and they were
mm,
positive, encouraging pushes, but they were firm. You know it's in you. You have something to say. Just say it and don't be apologetic about it. Because if it
mm,
comes from a real place, people will
mm,
get whatever it is that they're supposed to get from that content. So you don't have to be worried about how much to share or what to share. And actually, that feedback is what put me over that hump. And I wasn't thinking about being uncomfortable and,
mm.
you know, uh, insecure about my project. So that was something recently. The other example I was going to give is about being on your show. I was a little
Okay, go for it.
so because of the new experience,
Ah,
new experiences, you know, they kind of take a shot at our confidence a little bit. And then we just
mm-hmm.
have to take a step back and regroup and realize, you know, hey, I know what I know, what I know, what I know. And I'm willing
Right.
to share that. And you get over it. That's so that's why I'm sitting here right now, corner of your screen. That's
Great. Thank you so much for sharing that. I have a comment from one of our viewers. Dr. Kara says, when you stand up for a course, when the odds stand out before you, you have confidence. Thank you, Dr. Kara. I think so too. And I'm going to share my own example. Guys, I was going to start this program on January the 1st. Okay. And I had to have a bit of a fight and box the naysayer and the boogeyman who said to me, I don't think it's time for you to get started yet. I don't think you can do it. Really? You want to get in front of the camera, Louisa? No, you can't. And so I had to fight him for a while. Okay. So we have those moments in our lives that we also do need help. And like I always say, when you are struggling with something, it is important that you have that one person beside you, one, two, three people, or three sources of that are more like a lead lifter. And I explain who those people are to you. So a lead lifter really is someone who you can just call on press, and they're just gonna help you out through the process. Sometimes it could be a book, it could be
Mhm.
a video, it could be anything. So it's important that you have that one or two people right beside you who is constantly saying to you, yes, you can, go for it. Go
Right.
for it. Start tomorrow. Okay? Thank you, Tony, for sharing. So finally, guys, we have a final question. And before Tony tells us about this great book, I'm excited about the new book. The last question is, Tony, we have a lot of parents on the line or parents to be. How can you advise them, a parent whose child is probably struggling to boost their self esteem and build confidence? What would be the steps that you would, or an advice, something that is valuable that you can share with the parents? How can they work with this child?
So, first, you want to always positively reinforce your
Mm,
child and not made up reinforcement. Real
mm,
reinforcement, that means that you have to pay attention to where the child excels
mm,
and where they need help. You want to offer that
mm,
support. You
mm,
want to encourage and you want to allow the child to be able to ask you questions about things that they are feeling insecure about. And
mm,
how you do that is you keep an open, you keep an open mind, you keep an open heart, and you be patient. That's the biggest part. Whether you're
mm,
dealing with a child or an adult, you need to be patient because everybody's dealing with a lot of different things for a lot of.
mm,
So the other thing is allow the child to fall,
mm,
allow the child to have many failures and
mm,
pick them up and give them healthy, loving advice through that process.
mm.
Those are a few things.
Great. Thank you so much. I'm going to share something in the comment box from Jiva. Thank you. It says, Louisa, you have inspired me and built my confidence to do the live video series. Sure. You have to, Jiva. Thank you so much. And I am here to help you if you need any more tips on how to go about it. I would be ready to work with you on that. So, guys, just before we leave, I'm going to share with you 6 points that can help you, and you can pass this on to your child if you have someone beside you who is struggling with gaining confidence. These are the steps that they can follow. The first one is understand why you are not confident. Get to the place where you're truthful to yourself. You cannot lie to yourself. Understand why you are not confident. And be polite to yourself, be kind, and accept that you're perfect. It is possible for you not to be confident. Now, the third thing is decide to be confident. The fourth one is set confident goals. Okay. Thank you, Zara. It said self respect. That's correct. And the fifth thing is practice confident behaviors. So, those things that you thought were no, that you're struggling with, begin to practice them every day. Then the final and sixth thing is celebrate your successes no matter how small that they are. So
Mhm.
the first one is understand why you are not confident. Be polite to yourself and accept that you are not perfect. Decide to be confident. Set confident goals. Practice confident behaviors and celebrate your successes. It doesn't matter how small they are.
Right.
So, Tony, you have the
Yeah.
time right now to talk about the book. We are excited, and Ichi, let's know about your book that's coming up. And if you have a photograph or you have the book in hand, let me see what it looks like. And where can we find this book?
So right now you can find this book on Amazon, and
Great.
it is actually on Kindle as well. So
Oh.
this is where you can get it. The book is about, it's called Straight Up from the Teacup.
Mm,
And each chapter is named after a tea with the
mm,
description. So in
mm,
those chapters are healthy um, resolutions to some conflicts, how to enhance or better relationships,
mm,
business or personal relationships, how to get in touch with the things that you need to get better at and not let
mm,
them go over into other relationships.
mm.
It is a handy piece of work for a quality of life. So, straight up from the teacup.
Great. Thank you. And can you give us the links and just so because I want to order it right after the show. So I want to have the link in the comment box. I really appreciate that. And before we get off, we have Precious from Virginia. Thank you for joining us. And ladies and gentlemen, I have Ase. Ase is the lady that supported me so much when I was going to start the live series. So it's so great that you're here, Ase. Thank you so much for being here. She's from London, UK. And Jiva, if you do have questions about the live series, Asa is a great contact to have. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here with us in the last 30 minutes. It was so great learning with you all. And like I said before, we are here every Mondays and Fridays, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And I do not do this alone. I always have different experts from different parts of the world. Today we had Toni from Houston, Texas. Thank you, Toni, for being here early. I know we have a time difference, but you
You,
made it right on time. Thank
yay,
you.
yay.
Thank you so much. We
Thank
have to go now. Top of the hour. If we don't have any more questions, we are just going to sign out for now. But please leave the comments that you have. Any questions that you have, leave them in the comment box below. Let us know where you're calling from, and we will attend to these questions. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day and a fantastic week ahead. Bye for now.
Bye bye. Thank you.